One of the biggest testaments to the relationship President Hagood has with students was in 2005. At the last minute, Rich was invited to go on a spring break trip with 4 of our students. Incredibly, he was able to fit this into his very busy schedule on extremely short notice, like the night before. So off they went, just 5 guys hanging out. They headed to California. San Francisco was their first stop. They hit all the big sights, the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, then they headed down to Huntington Beach to do a little surfing. The only unfortunate part is they didn't have an underwater camera to watch Rich shred the waves. Along the way, they had to stop at the famous In-N-Out Burgers. You know, one of the amazing things about President Hagood is that he is always recruiting for NNU. Whether he's on vacation or not, it just doesn't matter. In this picture, before this one, you see some prospective students, and then you see where they went at maybe some other recruiting ventures down at Point Loma. After a great time in California, they made their way back to Idaho at the end of the break. Rich was missing Janella by this time, but the guys decided to make one more stop. Reno. I'm not exactly sure what they decided to do in Reno, but I'm sure it was a great time. What happens in Reno stays in Reno. The truth of the matter is, President Hagood has no idea who the 4 individuals were that took his picture from the administration building prior to their spring break trip until tonight. Well, we want to introduce those students who somehow, some way were able to take President Hagood's picture from the Wall of Fame, take it on their spring break trip, and take some great photos along the way. Unfortunately, they're not able to be here. Chickens. But we do have pictures of who those 4 are that are going to be on. The interesting part about each 4 of these is they're all connected, either with staff members, former Board of Trustee members, former counselors, the nephew of a former faculty member. Aaron Montgomery, Sterling Strait, Zach Halbert, and Drew Bennett truly took one of our 4 outcomes to heart in creative engagement.